Dr. Alexander Carter stood in the heart of the Great Pyramid, his fingers tracing the cold limestone walls. The air was thick with the scent of age-old dust, and the dim glow of his flashlight barely pierced the darkness. He wasn't just another archaeologist. He was a man on a mission, one that could change the course of history. Legends had whispered that the pyramids were not mere tombs, but ancient energy generators, capable of harnessing cosmic forces. Most dismissed such claims as pseudoscience, yet Alexander had discovered something that defied logic. An ancient scroll hidden in a forgotten chamber beneath the Sphinx. The hieroglyphs told of a lost artifact, the Eye of Ra, a crystalline structure said to channel the Earth's energy. If the legends were true, then the pyramids were never meant to be mere monuments. They were power stations of an advanced civilization. But someone didn't want the truth to come out. As Alexander deciphered the text, a faint noise echoed through the chamber. His heart pounded. He wasn't alone. Dr. Carter, you ventured too far. The voice belonged to a man dressed in a tailored black suit, his eyes cold as obsidian. Behind him, two armed men stood, with silenced pistols. Alexander recognized the emblem on the stranger's lapel, a golden pyramid with an all-seeing eye. The Order of the Osirian, a secret society rumored to have guarded ancient knowledge for millennia. You shouldn't have found that scroll, the man said. It was never meant to be uncovered. Alexander clenched his fists. Why? Because it proves the pyramids were power stations? That the ancients had technology beyond our understanding? The man smirked. Oh, Dr. Carter, you have no idea how deep this goes. With the help of his colleague, Dr. Emily Vasquez, an expert in ancient technology, Alexander fled Cairo, carrying the deciphered scroll. Their destination? The ruins beneath the Pyramid of Saqqara, where the scroll indicated an underground power source still pulsed with energy. But time was running out. The Osirian wasn't far behind. Deep beneath the pyramid, Alexander and Emily discovered a vast chamber filled with quartz pillars. Strange symbols glowed faintly on the walls. As Emily activated a hidden switch, the entire room vibrated. This isn't just a theory, Alex, Emily whispered. This is a power plant. Suddenly, a blast shook the chamber. The Osirian had arrived. A fierce battle ensued. Gunfire echoed. Ancient pillars moved. Just as all hope seemed lost, Alexander reached for the Eye of Ra, placing it into a mysterious altar in the chamber's center. The ground trembled. A blinding beam of light shot upward, illuminating the pyramid's apex. The entire structure pulsed with energy, as if awakening from a long slumber. The Osirian agents screamed as an invisible force repelled them, hurling them against the walls. The pyramid had activated. Alexander turned to Emily, realization dawned. This is why the ancients built them. Not as tombs, but as beacons of power. As the light faded, the Osirian retreated. But Alexander knew the truth was now his to share. The pyramids were never mere monuments. They were machines forgotten by time, but never truly dormant. And the world was about to remember Alexander and Emily barely had time to process what had just happened before the pyramid chamber began to shake again. The energy they had released had triggered something. Perhaps a security mechanism left by the ancients. The walls trembled, sand poured from the cracks in the ceiling, and an eerie hum resonated through the underground space. Emily grabbed Alexander's arm. We need to move, now. They sprinted toward the passage they had entered from, dodging falling debris. The quartz pillars flickered, their glow dimming. Alexander stole one last glance at the Eye of Ra before disappearing into the tunnel. Once outside, the desert night greeted them with an unsettling silence. The Osirian agents had vanished, but Alexander knew they would be back. We can't stay here, he said, breathing heavily. If the Osirian controls this technology, they control the world. Emily nodded. We need to find out if other pyramids hold similar energy sources. Their next destination was Teotihuacan, Mexico, home to the Pyramid of the Sun, another enigmatic structure suspected to hold untapped power. The journey was perilous. The Osirian had eyes everywhere. Airports were unsafe, so they took an unmarked cargo flight, arranged by one of Emily's underground contacts. In Mexico, they met Dr. Javier Morales, an expert in Mesoamerican architecture. He had studied the Pyramid of the Sun for decades, suspecting that it functioned similarly to the Egyptian pyramids. "I never had proof," Morales said, adjusting his glasses, "but your discovery changes everything." Together, they entered the pyramid through a concealed tunnel. What they found shocked them, a chamber nearly identical to the one beneath Saqqara, complete with quartz pillars and an altar from an unknown artifact. Emily whispered in awe, "It's all connected." Before they could investigate further, a voice echoed through the chamber. "I was hoping you'd come." Stepping from the shadows was the same Osirion agent from Cairo, his obsidian eyes gleaming in the dim light. Behind him, armed men emerged, guns at ease. "This time," he said, "you won't escape." A tense standoff ensued. Alexander's mind raced. There had to be a way out. Then he saw it. The altar had a missing slot, just like in Saqqara. If they could activate it, Emily understood immediately. She reached into her bag and pulled out a fragment of the Eye of Ra they had taken from Egypt. Before the Osirion agents could react, she slammed it into the slot. The chamber erupted in blinding light. The air crackled with energy. A deep, resonant sound vibrated through the stone walls. The Osirion agents were thrown backward as an unseen force surged through the chamber. Javier shielded his eyes. "My God, the pyramid is alive!"